Hello Lakers fan, if you are one of those who are always up to date with the news about our Lakers, then you need to stay tuned to what is coming up on our Lakers news channel. I am preparing exclusive coverage on the possible signings of Lakers, and what I can tell you is that rumors are catching fire on social media, and if you don't want to miss any information, stay tuned. We have exclusive news every day. If you are a true Lakers and don't want to be left out of the news, be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's go to the video.
Luka Doncic is on the verge of a major new chapter with the Lakers. Unlike the relatively quiet summer of 2024, this offseason is shaping up to be a whirlwind for the Los Angeles Lakers, and it all starts with the arrival of Luka Doncic, a move that continues to send shockwaves through the NBA. Doncic never planned to leave Dallas. In fact, joining the Lakers wasn't something he pursued at all. The blockbuster trade that brought him to LA was, in many ways, a tough pill for the Slovenian star to swallow. It wasn't just a change of teams, it was a jarring shift in his identity as a franchise cornerstone. That uncertainty was felt across the organization. For months, there were real questions about whether Doncic saw himself in purple and gold long-term. And from the Lakers' front office perspective, there's been zero hesitation in doing whatever it takes to keep him. A new beginning, fully embraced. Now, 3 months after the trade, everything seems to be shifting. According to ESPN's Tim McMahon, Doncic is fully committed to the Lakers and laser-focused on one goal, bringing championships back to Los Angeles. That's not just talk. Doncic reportedly met with Lakers executives last Friday, just a day after the team's first-round playoff exit at the hands of the Timberwolves. And the message was clear on both sides: this team will be built around Luka. A team built around a superstar. General Manager Rob Pelinka had already gone public with his intent to construct a roster that maximizes Doncic's unique playmaking brilliance. That means big changes are likely coming, and soon. Fans should brace themselves for a retooled roster by the time October rolls around. That could include some tough goodbyes, with players like Austin Reaves potentially on the move. The front office is prioritizing defense after watching the Lakers get exposed in that area during their 5-game playoff series with Minnesota. Long-term commitment on the horizon. Luka is under contract through the 2029-30 season, and while his deal was transferred in full to the Lakers during the trade, he's now eligible for a massive extension, $229 million over the next few years. That's $116 million less than he could have earned by staying in Dallas, but sources say he understands the context and doesn't hold it against the Lakers. In fact, discussions are already underway. A long-term deal could be finalized soon, giving the Lakers the stability they need to build confidently around their new franchise player. Balancing stars. Building a contender. Of course, assembling a title-caliber team around Doncic won't be easy. Pelinka now faces the daunting task of balancing superstar salaries, most notably Luka's and LeBron James's, while still bringing in high-impact role players to complete the championship puzzle. But with Doncic now bought in, and the Lakers ready to move aggressively, the message is clear. This isn't just another chapter in Doncic's career, it's the beginning of something bigger in Los Angeles. The Lakers' future now revolves around Luka, not just LeBron. For the first time in over half a decade, it's becoming clear that the Lakers are preparing for life after LeBron James, and Luka Doncic is at the center of that transition. Sources close to the team suggest that Doncic's commitment to the franchise has sparked a philosophical shift within the organization. While LeBron's influence remains strong, especially with the possibility of him re-signing on a short-term deal, the Lakers are now planning with Doncic as their focal point for the next era of basketball in Los Angeles. That shift won't be subtle. Internally, there's a growing belief that this summer could bring the most aggressive roster overhaul since the team acquired Anthony Davis in 2019. The front office is already targeting high-level defenders and versatile wings in free agency, with names like OG Anunoby, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Jonas Valanciunas reportedly on their radar. Roster moves incoming, difficult decisions ahead. However, making those upgrades means hard choices are on the horizon. Austin Reaves, Rui Hachimura, and even D'Angelo Russell could be on the trade block, as the Lakers seek defensive-minded players who can complement Doncic's offensive engine. One insider noted, they're done building around aging stars. This is Luka's team now, so the pieces have to make sense around him, not just LeBron. It's a bold move, but a necessary one. The team's early playoff exit was a wake-up call. Despite having 2 generational stars, the Lakers were exposed by the Timberwolves' youth, depth, and physicality. Luka's brilliance alone isn't enough. He needs help on both ends of the floor, especially defenders who can take pressure off him so he doesn't have to carry the load every possession. The fans are starting to buy in. Initially, some Lakers fans were skeptical about the trade. Doncic's arrival meant parting with future assets and organizational stability, and at the time, it wasn't even clear if he wanted to be in LA. But over the last few months, things have changed. Doncic has embraced the city, its culture, and its expectations. He's been spotted courtside at Sparks games, working out at UCLA, and even hosting informal team dinners. His leadership is starting to show, not just through his play, but through presence. And the fan base has responded. Jersey sales have surged. Social media engagement around Doncic-related content is through the roof. Even LeBron himself has praised Luka's arrival, calling him a generational guy who makes everyone better. Pelinka's most important summer yet. Rob Pelinka knows the stakes. This offseason could define not only his tenure as GM but the trajectory of the franchise for the next decade. Securing Luka long-term is just step one. The next step is building a roster that can win now, without compromising flexibility for the future. There's also the Bronny James factor. If LeBron does stay, and the Lakers select Bronny in the draft, balancing development, championship contention, and family dynamics becomes another puzzle to solve. Bottom line, the Luka era has arrived. Luka Doncic didn't choose the Lakers, but now, he's choosing to stay. And that simple shift, from reluctant arrival to committed leader, changes everything. With a generational talent like Doncic bought in and a front office ready to reshape the roster around him, Lakers fans have every reason to believe that the next dynasty might already be forming. Could LeBron complicate the Lakers' off-season plans? Despite the Lakers' early playoff exit at the hands of the Timberwolves, LeBron James had yet another remarkable season, this time at the age of 40. In his 22nd year in the NBA, LeBron embraced a different role, first alongside Anthony Davis, and later next to Luka Doncic following the blockbuster trade with Dallas. He wasn't just producing on offense. LeBron turned up the intensity on defense too, anchoring the team with veteran leadership on both ends of the floor. But as the offseason quickly approaches, one major question is looming over the franchise. What will LeBron do next, and how might it affect the Lakers' ability to build a true contender? LeBron's return looks likely, but his salary may be a sticking point. All signs point to LeBron returning for his 23rd season, which would make him the all-time leader in seasons played in NBA history. The bigger question, though, is whether he'd be willing to take a financial step back to help the Lakers reshape their roster. LeBron currently holds a $54 million player option for next season. According to Bleacher Report's Jake Fisher, there's been talk behind the scenes that James might consider leaving money on the table if it helps bring in key pieces around him and Doncic. Last summer, Rich Paul told me directly that LeBron would consider a pay cut if it meant bringing in players like Klay Thompson, Jonas Valanciunas, or even James Harden, Fisher revealed. Klay, in particular, was reportedly his top target. Ultimately, those deals didn't materialize, and LeBron kept the full value of his contract. But with another pivotal summer ahead, those conversations may resurface, especially with the window to win getting narrower. The salary cap crunch, and why LeBron's flexibility could matter more than ever. Thanks to the NBA's tightening financial rules, especially the dreaded second apron penalties, every dollar counts. If LeBron does choose to take a slightly smaller deal, it could be the difference between running it back with the same core or bringing in difference makers who elevate the Lakers to true title contention. One name back on the radar, Miles Turner. The Pacers center would bring rim protection and vertical spacing, both of which the Lakers have lacked since Anthony Davis departed. Other high-impact targets are also being monitored, as the front office explores ways to maximize Luka's offensive brilliance while shoring up the team's defensive weaknesses. And beyond the basketball side, LeBron's financial decisions may also be strategic. With eyes on eventually owning a future expansion franchise, most likely in Las Vegas, positioning himself as both selfless and forward-thinking could help build the narrative and goodwill he'll need in league circles. LeBron, Luka, and one last championship push. One thing is undeniable, LeBron James is still all in. His performance this season, his leadership in the locker room, and his willingness to adapt to changing roles all speak to a veteran who's still hungry for one last shot at glory. With Luka Doncic now by his side, LeBron knows the path to another championship is still open, but it may come down, once again, to a personal sacrifice. Just as he's done before in Miami and Cleveland, LeBron may find himself in a familiar position, having to give up a little to gain a lot. If he does, It could unlock the final chapter of one of the greatest legacies in basketball history. Because in the end, the only thing standing between this new-look Lakers team and a legitimate title run might just be LeBron James himself. Luka Doncic, everyone on the Lakers has to get better this summer. When the Los Angeles Lakers made the blockbuster move to acquire Luka Doncic, the goal was clear: chase a championship. But while the talent was undeniable, the roster around Doncic wasn't fully built to support a deep playoff run. And when the postseason arrived, those cracks were exposed. Despite Doncic's star power and past success, including defeating the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals the previous year with Dallas, this time the tables were turned. The Lakers fell in just 5 games, and Luka didn't shy away from owning the result. "Obviously, it's disappointing," Doncic said after the Game 5 loss. "I don't think I played the way I needed to. I don't think the team played the way we were capable of." Credit to Minnesota. They played an incredible series. They were simply the better team. Rather than deflect blame, Doncic took full responsibility. He acknowledged that both he and the entire Lakers squad have work to do during the offseason, a mindset that speaks volumes about his leadership and commitment to growth. "There are a lot of things I can do better, and not just me, everyone," he continued. "This summer's going to be long, and we need to use that time to really focus on how we can grow, both individually and as a team." A crucial off-season for Doncic and the Lakers. This summer may prove to be one of the most pivotal in Luka Doncic's career. After his trade from Dallas, a move that sparked plenty of debate, some critics questioned his work ethic and leadership. Now, with a full off-season ahead, Doncic has the chance to reset both physically and mentally and silence the doubters by showing he's committed to evolving into not just a superstar, but a true championship-caliber leader. For the Lakers, the message is clear: they need to build a more complete team around their new cornerstone. GM Rob Pelinka has expressed confidence in the core trio of Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves, but even he knows that's not enough. For Luka to truly thrive, he'll need more help, particularly a strong center and versatile 3 and D wings who can defend, shoot, and space the floor. Future in focus: Doncic quiet on contract talks, for now. Another major storyline to watch this summer is Doncic's contract situation. He becomes eligible for a long-term extension in August, and sources say the Lakers are prepared to offer him whatever structure he prefers to lock him in as the franchise's centerpiece for years to come. But after the bitter playoff exit, Doncic made it clear that his focus isn't on money, at least not yet. "I haven't thought about it," he said when asked about a possible extension. "Right now, I'm focused on basketball. This is the time to reflect, to recover, and to think through everything." That kind of response may not offer immediate clarity, but it speaks to a player who's fully aware of the moment he's in, a defining chapter in his career, where actions this offseason could set the tone for his legacy. Pressure mounts on Lakers' front office to deliver. Doncic's comments, grounded, honest, and self-critical, have resonated deeply with fans and analysts alike. They've sparked widespread conversations about accountability, not just from players, but from the Lakers' front office as well. With LeBron James nearing the twilight of his career and the window to compete shrinking rapidly, the pressure on general manager Rob Pelinka and his staff has never been greater. NBA insiders have noted that the Lakers are already aggressively exploring trade possibilities. According to multiple reports, they're in early discussions to bring in high IQ, high-effort role players, including rim protectors and sharpshooters, who can help balance out the roster and complement Luka's playmaking. "You can't waste talent like this," one Western Conference scout told The Ringer. "Luka's already one of the top 5 players in the league. If the Lakers don't build around him now, they risk losing him when his extension window opens, or worse, seeing him grow frustrated in a big market that demands results." Doncic's influence and growing leadership role. Despite his relatively young age, Doncic is already assuming a leadership role within the Lakers locker room. Sources close to the team say he's taken it upon himself to reach out to teammates and start off-season workout planning, something that impressed both coaches and executives. Luka's not just talking, he's taking action, a team staffer shared. He knows he came into a storied franchise with massive expectations, and he's determined to live up to that. His approach this summer will be closely watched, not just for how it affects his physical shape, but also his chemistry with LeBron James. While there were early concerns about how 2 ball-dominant stars would mesh, both players made it clear throughout the season that their shared respect has made the partnership work, even if the results weren't immediate. Media and fan reactions: mixed, but hopeful. Following the Lakers' early exit and Doncic's post-game remarks, reaction across the media landscape has been mixed. Some outlets criticized the team for being too top-heavy and lacking structure, while others praised Luka for his maturity and willingness to grow through adversity. Fans, meanwhile, remain divided, but hopeful. The sight of Doncic visibly frustrated yet composed in defeat reminded many of other greats who went through early setbacks before achieving glory. For Lakers loyalists, the question isn't whether Luka has the talent to lead them to a title, it's whether the organization can rise to his level. Looking ahead, a summer that could define a legacy. As the offseason officially begins, the Lakers face a rare opportunity, and an even rarer challenge. They've acquired a generational talent in Luka Doncic. They still have LeBron James. They have young assets, draft picks, and the draw of LA as a destination. Now, they must deliver. For Doncic, this summer isn't just about recovering, training, or deciding on an extension. It's about turning the pain of an early playoff exit into fuel. It's about showing he's not just a star, but the star that can bring the Lakers back to championship glory. It hurts now, he said. But if we learn from it, if we all get better, it won't be for nothing. Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet? It's the best way to watch player interviews, exclusive event coverage, attend live shows and more.